Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bolaji and this is Regi School of Fashion. In today's video, I will be showing you how to take measurements for a male celestial garment, popularly known as male sutana. Consider subscribing to my channel for regular updates and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And most importantly, you guys should not forget to keep watching ads on my videos. Please don't skip ads, because that is one of the ways you can encourage me in doing more. Without further delay, let's get started. In taking measurement for a male sutana, irrespective of the style of the sutana, the following measurements are required: the back measurement, the chest measurement, the armhole, the neck circumference measurement where applicable, the back waist level, the sutana length, the sleeve length, and the sleeve opening. Then I will start by demonstrating how to take the back measurements. In taking the back measurement for a male sutana, the measurement has to be taken from one shoulder point to another. Then when we are drafting the pattern, we add is to this measurement in order to give space or give room around the armhole, so that when shouting hallelujah in the church, the arm area, that is the armhole area, will not be too tight and the sleeve itself will not be too tight. Also guys, I have another video on how to take measurement for a female sutana. If you haven't seen that video, kindly check the description area below this video to have access to the tutorial. So in taking this measurement, I will come to the center of the shoulder of my mannequin. The center of the shoulder is the space in between the body and the arm. So I will trace that opening I have in between upwards. Where that point falls is the center of the shoulder. It falls here. Or better still, you can tell your client to raise his arm a little. So if the client raises his arm, there's going to be a point that goes inner on the shoulder area. So that point is the center of the shoulder. So I will lay the tip of my measuring tape on that point. Then my measuring tape must pass through the bone on the neck, like so. Then I'll bring it to the other side of this. So whatever I have here is going to be my back measurement. And don't forget, as I said earlier, that this measurement is not used the exact way it is taken. When we get to the drafting table, we had some ease in order to give space around the armhole. I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to make a male sutana, okay, the brother sutana and other designs. If you haven't seen those videos, kindly check the description area below to have access to the videos. The videos has been linked up already. So after getting the back measurements, the next measurement I will be showing you is the armhole measurement. In taking the armhole measurements, this measurement will be taken by wrapping the measuring tape around the armhole. The measuring tape comes from the armpit and it stops on the center of the shoulder. Okay, so this measurement has to be taken perfectly and accurately. It must not be taken with ease. Okay, so when taking the measurement, you have a finger in between your measuring tape, which will give space between the skin and the fabrics. Okay, so for the mannequin, I have 17 inches as the armhole circumference measurement. This measurement is not going to be used exactly this way. I'm going to be adding a certain amount of ease in order to ease the armhole area. So this is well explained in my video on how to make a male sutana. The next measurement I will be demonstrating is the neck circumference measurement. This measurement is optional because it has to do with the style of the sutana you are making. If you are making a prophet sutana, you do not need the neck circumference measurement. Or you are making the prophet with cape, you do not need the neck circumference measurement. But if you are making the sutana style like brother sutana, brother with cape, elder. For this styles, you need to take the neck circumference measurement. So I will be showing you how to take the measurement. In taking this measurement, you will wrap your measuring tape around the base of the neck, not on the upper part of the neck. If you take this measurement like this, the neck area will be too tight for the wearer. The base of the neck is where the neck stops, the exact point where the neck stops before the shoulder starts. So I will wrap the measuring tape. It comes from the back and stops at the front like so. Then a finger must be in between the measuring tape. So this is how to take the neck circumference measurement. For him, I have 16 inches. The next measurement I will be showing you guys when making a male sutana is the chest circumference measurement. This measurement is very essential in male sutana, so it has to be taken accurately and correctly so that you will not end up having a tight sutana. Don't forget, when making a male sutana, there is no opening at the center front and no opening at the center back, except some styles that requires opening on the shoulder line, like brother sutana. So for this reason, your sutana must be constructed with ease. It must not be too tight. So in taking the chest circumference measurement, the way you take this measurement determines how loose or wide your sutana is going to be. So the measuring tape comes from the back, then it comes to the fullest part of the chest. When taking this measurement, it has to be taken with ease. That is, you will take the measurement loosely, and at the same time you have to take caution when taking the measurement. So when I'm taking this measurement, the formula I use is my middle finger. So when I wrap the measuring tape around the chest, I will make sure my middle finger touches the skin of my client. So once my middle finger can touch the skin, that means the measurement is okay. It's not going to be too wide and it's not going to be too tight. The next measurement I will be demonstrating is the back waist length. That is the waist of the wearer. This measurement is taken from the bone at the back of the neck, like so. Then I will extend it downward to the part that is smaller, the smallest part on the waist area. For this mannequin, there is a break point here already, so the break point is going to be the waist, the back waist length. But on a figure, on a human being, is not going to be as much as this, because for this mannequin, on the break point I have about 21 inches. This measurement is usually between 16 to 19 inches on human figure. So that part is called the back waist length. Then I will be showing you how to take the sutana length at the same time. This can be done in two ways. You can either take the measurement from the back waist length point downward, or if you prefer taking it from the nape of the neck, then you will extend it downward to the wrist, to the bone on the ankle, like so. When you get to the back waist length, you will leave your measuring tape on the bone of the neck. Then you hold it on the waist, then extend it downward to the ankle. And for this mannequin, I have 62 inches. So that is the first way of taking the sutana length. Then another way of taking a male sutana length measurement is by laying the tip of your measuring tape by the side of the neck, like so. Then the measuring tape passes through the fullest part of the chest. Then I will extend it downward like so to the waist point. So when I get to the waist point, I will hold it with my finger. Then I will leave the one I have on the neck. Then I will extend the measuring tape downward to the ankle. Then when I get to the bone on the ankle, then I will stop. So for this mannequin, I have 62 inches as its sutana length. The next measurement I will be demonstrating is the sleeve length measurement. In taking the sleeve length measurement, this has to be taken from the center of the shoulder. So I will lay the tip of my measuring tape on the center of the shoulder, which is the point I measure the armhole. Okay, then I will extend my measuring tape like so. The measuring tape has to pass through the side of the arm. So when I get to the elbow point, I will leave the one I have on the shoulder, then I will hold it on the elbow point, then extend it gently downward to the bone on the wrist. When taking this measurement, you have to be very careful because the male sutana must not be too short on the arm. The sleeve of a male sutana must not be too short. It must not be jumping. If you have it like so, it will not look nice. Let's assume this is where the sleeve length stops. It has to get to the, in fact, for some people, it even covers up part of the hand. It will extend downwards and cover up part of the thumb. So when taking the measurement, if you want it like so, you will have to extend this downward to like the upper part of the thumb. So that is the measurement you will use for the sleeve length. But what you need to take note is the sleeve length for a male sutana must get to the wrist. That is the bone of the wrist at least. It must not go above that point. So after taking the length of the sleeve, then we need to take measurements for the opening of the sleeve. Now in taking this measurement, it has to be taken with care. This has to do with the style of your sutana. But the particular one I will be demonstrating in this video is for broader sutana. This is how you have the opening of broader sutana. But when you are making your sutana for elder or leader sutana, this has to be with curve. So the way you take this measurement is different from the way I'm going to take for broader. When you are making sutana for broader or for prophet, this is how you have the sleeve opening. It has to be very wide like so. So in taking this measurement, I will wrap my measuring tape around the bone on the wrist. Then it has to be very wide. Yes, it has to be very wide. Also, you need to communicate with the wearer. How much do you want this to be wide? If you want it very wide, you can use your measuring tape as an example. You can see the wideness of this. This is 16 inches. It's different from this. But always have it at the back of your mind that the opening must be wide. At least you must have up to 15 inches, or let's say 14 and a half for the opening of the sleeve. And the least you can use, no matter how narrow the wearer wants it, you must use up to 14 inches for the sleeve opening. That is if you are making a broader sutana or a prophet sutana. So guys, that will be all on how to take measurements for a male sutana. And also, please don't forget, you can check out my other videos on how to make celestial garments for both male and female. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share, and also drop a comment at the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, consider subscribing so that you won't miss any part of my subsequent videos. Thank you once again, and I will see you in my next video. But till then, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.